like to respond to that. I want to thank all of you for working hard and getting this taken care of so quick. We thank you so much. And I've said this before, I wouldn't do the job you're doing right now. It's, you know, it's a headache. It's tough.
Oh, yeah.
It's
a
tough.
headache. Yeah,
Right. It's a headache. And, you know, I'm one of the old people. This didn't benefit me. I don't get the big raises to 5 years, 10 years. 23 years, so. I was working for my younger teachers. They were out there working hard and getting the test scores up. And Mr. Rogers was just doing his job like I told him to do. So if you need to blame anybody, blame me. Don't blame Mr. Rogers. KA is an organization that supports public teachers, public education. I don't agree with everything that they support. I don't condone everything they support. But I know that if we didn't have public teachers and we didn't have public education, then a lot of our kids wouldn't get educated. It's just the fact. Where will we get the money to build private schools and this and that? We got to have public education for areas like this. Pray for our coal miners. I've had kids come up to me and tell me, my dad's losing his job. I may have to leave. I don't want to leave, Mr. Sedgwick. We're looking at tough times. And we've told Mr. Meadows, hey, anytime you need to talk to us and you need to go over something with us on the contract, we're willing to sit down, talk, negotiate. We are, and I speak for all NCA teachers, we appreciate your hard work, and if we offended any of you, we are sorry. And if we upset you, we're sorry. But teachers put so much time and effort in teaching kids and getting that master's to get in 10 years. They get so much invested in it. Okay? And it's stuff on all of us. But we're here for the kids. We're here for the kids. That's the main thing. But don't blame Mr. Rogers for any of this at all, because he was only doing what I told him to do, his job. That's what he gets paid for.
I probably like Roger. I was a little bit disappointed in the long term of the grievance.
And I will say this, Gary, maybe we haven't given them a reason to trust us, and that's why.
Well, that's true too. Well, that's true too. I mean, it's all everything,
but I'll take the blame if you.
Well, no, if we ain't got the money, we don't have the money to pay. And
right.
the grievance,
there was timelines that if we didn't meet those, we could have lost.
But let's look at the good side.
Well, the good side.
Yeah, let's look at the good. It's
the good
it's
side
over, and you get your raise, and I'm excited for you, and I'm happy. And I think Mr. Urbanus, you can think what I think he's done. To me, what he's done in 3 months is remarkable. And going from what we thought was going to be $900,000 in December in the red, according to Bob Spillman, and to a balanced budget and able to give you a raise, I'll be happy when I go home tonight. And I'll say, I'll tell my wife I don't think I'll go back.
The only thing I was concerned with, Tom, and that it was a grievance. Grievance, you have an arbitrator. You got to pay an arbitrator, and the losing side pays. That's us. Well, we acknowledge, hey, we owe you the money. I mean, but it'd been nice to have a little bit of.
And everybody on this board.
But if we, there's no hard feelings on my part. I mean, I wish, it'd been a whole lot better if we knew a month from that time that, we'd be able to do this.
I know you were stuck in the position.
Oh, yeah.
You were in the hole before you even got here.
Oh, yeah.
And I understand that.
But you can't commit to pay money that you don't have.
But I've got people that are on my back saying, hey, I want the money.
Let's hope it gets better.
They will. Is there any further discussion on this? If not, I need a motion to approve.
I want to say. Since I was once a teacher, I thought I was going to get a recommendation.
For the record, Kathleen has made the motion. For the record, I'd like to read in the minutes motion to approve withdrawal pay freeze and retroactively compensate all current employees based on appropriate years of experience from July 1, 2013, effective immediately with the implementation October 25th, 13, and back pay to be paid on November 22nd, 2013. And that motion is on the table.
I'll take it.
Roger's already seconded.
Oh, okay, so we just vote.
So we have a motion and a second. All in favor, indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Just a point of emphasis on how that's going to work. Implementation, these are no later than dates. The implementation is effective immediately. The next payroll that we'll be able to do this on, of course, our next district payroll is actually this Friday, but the next payroll that this will be seen in, or the earliest, would be October the 25th. That's where everyone who is affected by this freeze will see the reinstitution of that bump in their years of service. The back pay you will see as a lump sum no later than the November 22nd payroll. I will put out an informational to the stakeholders or to our employees in the district, try to clarify that a little bit, but the lump sum of the back pay will be November 22nd.
Thank you. Next item on the agenda is discussion, possible action on board policy 09.422, which is bullying and hazing. The board discussed this somewhat in work session, and I think the main plan is to review our current policy, compare it to other districts, and we'll probably come back and address this at another board meeting. Is there any discussion on that? Anything further to talk about? Well, we'll put it in written format. Yeah, and we'll make it written format. The next item on the agenda is approval of amended 2013-2014 salary schedules.
As we discussed this a little bit in the working session, but the extended salary schedule or the extra service, extended days, I think we have a lot of opportunity. We're going to be revisiting these in the spring, probably around the February time period. Whether it's a substitute salary and payroll or whether it's extra service and extended days. I think there's a lot of opportunity for improvement and equity that can be reviewed there. The salary schedule that you'll be approving tonight is the amended one that includes the bump in the year, brings us back up to years of experience. Also on the classified, you will see that the family resource directors are each on there. They are at different salaries, so that's why they each have their own salary line. So I'm sorry.
Is there any further discussion regarding the salary schedule? If not, I need approval to amend the 13-14 salary schedule. Need a motion for approval?
Yeah, I'll make a motion.
Have a motion and a second. I'll second. Motion and a second. All in favor, indicate by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item is approval to surplus driver's education vehicle.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm asking for the surplus of the driver's education car. This was inadvertently left off out of our last regular meeting when we discussed the surplus of the other vehicles. So I'm recommending that the board surplus the current driver's education car.
That's that 89 GO.
We're thinking about giving away for a door prize.
Yeah.
That would be a liability on the board. Yes, sir. It's the GO.
Or you could convert it into a weed eater.
I need a motion to approve the surplus of the driver's education vehicle.
I'll make a motion.
Have a motion, need a second. Motion second. All in favor, indicate by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item on the agenda is reports, administrative staff reports.
As I discussed in the working session, our administrative staff of central office will be submitting a monthly report to you in the newspaper format, as I shared with you. I think it's a good way to communicate not only with board members but our community as well. Certainly, Mr. Craig Grayson is bragging rights there, did a very good job on
The
that.
only thing he did, this headline on it, Inez Elementary closed on high attendance day. It almost
This
reads
is
like
coming from a newspaper guy.
it was closed. I would say Inez Elementary has, high attendance day, because it was. I mean, I kept reading it. I'm not knocking anybody. If Crago did it, no, I didn't. I just, headlines are kind of.
He's not here, you can talk about it.
No, but it's good. It's very well set up. I like it.
And audience, if you have not been out to the high school where the sign has been relocated, it is a beautiful sight. So it's starting to look like home out there.
Any further discussion? Next item on the agenda is Martin County Education Association, KDA.
I think we've covered most of that. We did have the one that we talked about in the business session, the one little housekeeping item. This whole thing turns out where the extension of the contract that was entered in last in September 12. The minutes reflected a copy of that extension, never actually made it in that, so we decided we're just going to do a agenda item for next month, and we'll get that officially entered into the record. I think that's about all we've got there.
And as we discussed in our working session, the renegotiation of the collective bargaining agreement will occur probably in the March or April time period, with specific emphasis on, especially for our new evaluation process that we have.
Next item is school reports, assessment day.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Each one of our principals are here tonight to submit to you a brief report, around 5 to 8 minutes, but please don't let that limit you in your questions or inquiries. We want this time to be a time of celebration. Our principals and also Ms. Lisa Kirk on the district's behalf. We want to give complete transparency. I think everyone in this room knows that this district is positioned for greatness. And that's, as we look at the school report card from the 12-13 school year, the results on that show just tremendous growth and achievement in our students. And that doesn't happen by accident. Great students are going to learn no matter what environment you go put them in, but that's a small minority. Our students are going to reach greatness and success, high levels of success, because of every person in this room, every person in this district, in this community working together as stakeholders and bringing value to Martin County education every day. Our teachers are working hard. I want to say again, for the record, the single most determining factor in student success is the quality of teaching in the classroom. It's the teacher. Everybody else, we're supporting actors. We need to get what those teachers need in the classroom, whether that's a bus driver bringing the kid, or that kid receiving nutrition, or instructional assistance, or extracurricular activities, whatever it may be. It's all about bringing value to that child's education. And so as the principals deliver their briefings tonight, it is with complete transparency. It shows all the warts and the bumps, as well as the great successes. So we're not trying to hide anything, because we're not going to be able to go forward and improve the process if we don't know what the process is.